Another week and yet another crazy update for the Fortnite storyline. It seems like every time we get changes to the story, Fortnite are really trying to drive home the point that all these modes are connected, and this week is no exception. The Rift Reaver remix skin of Drift in the Battle Pass has gotten some really interesting pieces of dialogue in the most recent update. He says, "Stay in the loop, whatever it takes." And this is the first time the loop has been officially addressed in the story in a while. But is Drift referring to what we know as the loop? The 22-minute resetting battle royale game? Is this what he's talking about? I mean, it's capitalized, so it certainly could be, but there's a few issues that I have with this. Drift says he wants to stay in the loop, whatever it takes. And that's kind of weird because the whole kind of mission of chapter 3, and honestly all of the story, we just didn't know, was to free the loopers from the loop and allow them to live free lives. So why would he want us to stay in the loop? Is it because outside the loop you can die? No, because clearly he's outside the loop because he's talking to us through these quests. So what if Drift is not referring to the 22-minute battle royale games, but instead he's referring to the fact that the events of the Fortnite storyline are repeating themselves. Time itself is a loop. When I thought of this idea, what came to mind immediately was Sloan's dialogue in the season OG kind of audio tape sent to Joan.
Jones, Sloan here. Tomorrow, you take the time machine back. And tonight, I'm recording this. One of these times we're gonna get it right. And I'm pretty sure this is it. This is the first time in countless lifetimes that I don't know what happens next.
She has a very interesting couple of lines, the first of which being, "This is the first time in countless lifetimes that I don't know what happens next." Now the way I interpret this is that because Jones was going back in time to OG and was kind of disrupting the timeline, the natural flow of events, Sloan wasn't sure of what was going to happen next, but why would she have known previously? Well, I was thinking a bit about this, and Fortnite chapters do tend to follow a bit of a pattern, a bit of a loop. The 0 point creates a new island, a ton of threats come to try to take it, and when that island can no longer defend the 0 point, it in some way self-destructs and the 0 point gives us a new island. Whether that's by a black hole, or flipping the island, or exploding and being pieced back together. The 0 point always promises a way to give us a new home. And now that Jones was going to reset Reality Zero with the Big Bang, meaning he's putting an end to this timeline, the end of this loop, Sloan wasn't sure what they were going to do. Especially because after this, they also didn't stay in Reality Zero. But I mean, maybe this is a good thing. Maybe this finally separated them from this endless loop of events. This was meant to be their fresh start, and Jones took full advantage of it. In chapter 5, Jones meets Hope, they save Peely, they defeat a few other random villains.
It is my birthday!
And then ultimately they travel to Reality 783 where they're confronted with the demons on Oninoshima. And I think this is the crucial moment where the timelines meet and they're not supposed to. Last season Midas created a portal to the vault in OG, connecting what was meant to be the new fresh start for Jones on Oninoshima back to the island of Reality Zero, or more specifically Athena. See, the weird thing about OG is we don't actually know how these events are repeating. We don't know if this is actually Reality Zero or if it's a replica made of Athena. And I have a really interesting theory on this, and if you're excited to hear what that is, hit the like and the subscribe button if you're enjoying this video so far. The codename of the chapter 1 island is Athena. Athena in Greek mythology is symbolic of being a warrior and a protector, wise and watchful and peaceful. And my theory here is that the 0 point will always resort back to creating the island of Athena because that's the one it's safest on. That might not make any sense, but let me explain. I believe that this loop that Drift was referring to isn't the Battle Royale loop, isn't the pattern of events throughout the chapters of Fortnite, but rather he is saying how after the Big Bang, the remnants of the 0 point went back and created Athena again, looping back to the start of the Fortnite storyline, which is why the rocket event and the cube event and everything is playing out yet again. It's the place where the 0 point was safest, or at least it was meant to be that way. By Midas opening the portal at Supernova Academy, or maybe it was, no, I think it was Utopia City actually, I think that the red rift butterfly escaped from the spirit realm, went through the vault portal and got into OG. And also if the red butterfly came into the vault, it would make sense why the vault lights were flashing, saying something is wrong. There's something here we don't recognize. The 0 point expected to just go through its loop as normal, have chapter 1 end with a black hole, go into chapter 2, have it flip, have that island blow up, and then Zero fusion happen, and then the Big Bang all again, and it would just be safe eternally because there's nothing that can stop this loop of events unless the Dark Presence interferes. This is quite a complicated sort of theory, but if it is correct, I think stuff could start to get really be really interesting, especially with us dabbling in Greek mythology with the code names and also obviously Japanese mythology. There's quite a lot of stuff to do with fate in all mythologies, to be honest, so it could be really interesting with what happens for Jones's character, where he was meant to be. Going back to those Sloan dialogues, she also said stuff about how reality was not done with them.
If you somehow end up back in the now, I will destroy this reality out of spite. Not that that would stop you from somehow bumbling back into my orbit, but we'll meet again. Reality's not done with us yet.
So there is a lot to unpack here. Am I overlooking into it? Absolutely, but could it be correct? I'd say there's an equal as likely chance. I'm really glad we have this kind of not side story stuff, but OG story going on, because the Battle Royale story is progressing, but quite obviously. It's like the progressions are like we're getting closer to doing the attack in the spirit realm. I mean, we did get like an emo kendo skin with a shitty haircut. I think this whole family is just cursed with terrible barbers, but we've got OG and that's all I need to cook. So I hope you enjoyed this theory, and I'll see you in the next one.